So you're at the point right now where you've been ghosted. And it happens, I've been ghosted before, a lot of my coaching clients have been ghosted before, and you probably have been ghosted before. Maybe you're being ghosted right now. You're watching this because you want to know what the hell happened, and you also want to know what you can do about it, and you also want to know why it happened. Well, this video, we're going to be going over all of this. Here's my very quick advice for you. If a girl has ghosted you, you need to immediately go out and find another woman. I know that you're probably watching this video because you're looking for some sort of technique, you're looking for something to say. A lot of guys ask me, she ghosted me, like I haven't heard from her, what do I text her? Or, if I call her, what do I say if she ends up picking up, which is rarely the case? Or what do I DM her, whatever it is. And let me tell you something. You cannot convince a woman logically to like you. There is no thing that you can say that is going to do enough where she's going to go, you know what? I guess I do like this guy. I'm going to respond to him. That does not happen. So what you have to immediately do, is you have to get over it. You have to just chalk it up to a loss, for lack of better words. Say goodbye in your head and go out and meet another woman. This is what you do if she ghosts you. Don't sit there and try to text. I've seen these text messages. Girls will show me their text messages where it almost seems like a joke. Like it makes me laugh just thinking about it. You look at these text messages and there's a guy just texting, hey, and she doesn't respond. And he goes, hey, hey, hey. Or he's trying to say something that he's up to, or he's just trying to get her to respond. And 9.9 times out of 10, it doesn't work. And that 0.1 is where he says something, and I guess it intrigues her enough to respond, but 10 times out of 10, that does not result in a date. That does not result in them two eventually meeting up again and doing something together. So if a girl ghosts you, it sucks, but you can't get her back, and you don't want to even try. You want to move on immediately. One of the biggest reasons why, and I've been preaching this for a while, and I finally have come to a really good understanding of how to teach this to you and how to explain this to you. When you try to go after a girl that ghosts you, that is no longer interested, what you're doing is a very dangerous thing. And that dangerous thing is you're reinforcing this idea in your head. Okay, you're reinforcing this idea that it's okay to chase women. And it is not okay to chase women, because chasing a woman never ends up in the result that you want, which is, of course, you two being together. That chasing, that you pining after her, strategizing, trying to figure out the perfect things to say, the perfect thing to do to get someone to like you who doesn't like you anymore, that never ends up resulting in the woman liking you. And you convince yourself that there's something you can do because this girl is so special, she's so unique, she's such a unicorn. You convince yourself that you need to get her. This is dangerous, so dangerous. And the biggest reason why it's dangerous is because, first of all, it's not going to work. So therefore, it's a waste of time. Anything that's wasting your time is red flag, red zone, big danger, big warning. So even if you're 21 and you have a lot of time left, and especially if you're in your 40s or 50s watching this video, time is the most essential thing that you have. So you chasing a woman is going to waste your time, and it's going to prolong you getting better with women. It's going to prolong you getting into a relationship or at least dating other women. And the more and more you prolong this, the less time you're going to have to actually enjoy your life and be with women. And the older you get, the more annoying it's going to be. No offense, of course, to any guys watching this that are over 30, but let's just be real. If you're over 30, you're probably like, yeah, this is annoying that I have to sit here, I have to watch these videos and do all this, and I'm 30, and I wish I would have learned this a long time ago. And if you're under 30 and you're watching this, this is good. You're in a better place because you have more time, but don't end up like those guys who are over 30, over 40 that are now wishing they would have fixed this. And especially if you're over 30, you don't want to reinforce this idea of chasing because you don't want to be older trying to do this. Isn't it better to just get this solved now? I think we can all agree on this. So again, I'm not putting you down if you're watching this video over 30. If anything, I'm empathizing with the annoyance that it's causing you to have to do this now. Let's not waste any more time. So I know we're going kind of off in a tangent, but this is all related because a lot of guys, they're really focused on getting the girl that ghosted them. They want the technique, they want the thing. Don't worry about that. Move on to another girl and focus more on you being more attractive so you don't get ghosted. So this is the idea of prevention. Don't try to fix the problem that's already occurred. Let's try to prevent the problem from happening. So a lot of guys that are going through this are in scarcity mindset, and this is also very dangerous. Like I said earlier, you're at this point where you're kind of going after one girl, you're chasing one girl, right? This one girl that ghosted you, you're like, oh, what do I do? How do I get her back? You're in scarcity mindset. So that means that you're in the belief that there are no other women out there that are going to be good enough, or you're in the belief that you don't have the abilities to get another girl because you kind of got teased by this one, right? Not saying that she teased you, but you got teased by the idea of being able to be with her and then got you so excited. So you're really tunnel vision on this one woman. Super dangerous scarcity mindset. You want to tap into the abundance mindset. Unfortunately, we can't just do that. In order to have an abundant mindset, you have to be in an abundance of women. So let me tell you the pros of being in an abundant mindset. When you're in an abundant mindset, a girl ghosts you, a girl rejects you, something went wrong with the girl, you screwed up, or maybe you thought you liked her and then you find out actually she's a crappy person. All that stuff, it's not going to matter to you. It's not going to matter one bit because you're in an abundance. There's another woman you can text. There's another woman you can meet up with. You're dating multiple women, and that's okay, right? So you're doing this so you are in an abundant mindset so you don't get butthurt after getting rejected, and you're also not wasting any time so you can move from woman to woman to woman and not have this, okay, we date one woman and then it doesn't work and then we sulk for a long time and then another one and then maybe it doesn't work and then we sulk and then do nothing, right? Again, waste of time, which is what we don't want. So we want to put you in the abundant mindset. I actually teach all of this in terms of how do you get into a place where you're meeting a lot of women. I teach this in my course called Hooked, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But this is a course that teaches you how you can go out, meet multiple women, date multiple women, so that you become in an abundance, and that means you create an abundant mindset. There's just a few things that you need to do to be able to go out and get women attracted. Right now, that might not be working for you. Right now, you might be going out and maybe you're getting a date off of online dating. So I know that a common occurrence is a guy can get a lot of online dates, and then after the first date, she ghosts. You never hear from her again, which just means that she's not interested. And so this means that you're doing something on the date that is either turning her off or you're just not turning her on, which means that you're just at neutral. So this is just another date for her and it's nothing special. So she doesn't have a real reason to say, hey, I want to see this guy again. So what does she do? She ghosts you, or she just rejects you and you never see her again. So we need you to work on this idea of attracting more women. Now, I want to give you another concept that's really important here. It's not just enough to work on, in terms of getting to abundance, it's not enough to just work on, okay, what are the things to say? How do I be more attractive? How do I use tension? How do I use all these different techniques? Again, things I talk about in my Hooked program. That's not enough. We need also, and this is a really difficult concept for people not to learn, but to just believe. Like, guys are in denial about this idea. And I'll explain why in a minute, but it's the idea that you need a lot of leads, okay? You need a lot of, so let's say, for example, when I'm talking about leads, let's say that you have a storefront, okay, and you're selling shoes. Well, not every person who walks into the store is going to buy shoes, right? Some will, some won't. So there's a couple things you can do to sell more shoes. Either A, make better shoes, that's you being more attractive, or you up the numbers. You get more people into the store, so there's a higher percentage of people buying the shoes. Now, I don't want to get too off track here because we're not talking about shoes. We're talking about you going on dates and sleeping with women and getting into relationships. You also need leads. You need to have a lot of women going into this funnel. Okay, you need a lot of women going into this funnel, which means that you need to have a lot of exposure with a lot of women. This could be from online, which is a great place to meet women, and this can also be from you going out and doing approaches. You need a lot of this stuff. So if you do end up getting ghosted, it's not going to be a big deal because there's already another person that you are talking to. So at this point, it's really just about you accepting being ghosted. Don't get mad about it. Don't sulk about it. Don't blame women. Women suck that she ghosted me. Just accept that you're going to have, hopefully, a lot of leads in the funnel. Some will reject you. Some will ghost you. Some will work out with. But you want a lot of leads to work with. So I think the reason why guys deny this and why guys aren't really accepting this concept of, well, I don't want to date a lot of women and I don't want to be, going out so much, or I don't want to be just whoring myself out. That's not what we're doing. We're just exposing you to more people. And yes, it's going to take a lot of work. And I think that's where the denial comes in. At least that's my theory, is that you hear that and you're like, well, that sucks. Can't I just, meet someone through friends? Can't I just do online dating? Well, unfortunately, and this might be your case, that might not be working. You might not be meeting enough people online, meaning you're not able to get matches. Or maybe you only have so big of a friend group or a friend group at all where you can meet people. So what are you supposed to do? You can't sit back and hang out on your couch and wait for them to knock on your door. You need to go out. You need to get a lot of leads. Yes, it's work, but you don't have to look at it like that. You can look at it as fun, right? It's like part of your lifestyle, going out, meeting women, or at least creating a better profile or working on your profile to get more matches, going on more dates. But there's so many benefits to it. And the benefits are going to be you being with a woman that you actually like and not settling. One of my theories is that the divorce rate is extremely high for many reasons, but one of the main reasons because I think people don't put the work in and they end up settling. They end up settling for that one girl that was good enough on the online dating site, or the girl that they met at one of their friends' parties that they had, whatever it is. They end up settling, and so they end up getting into a relationship and kind of convince themselves and kind of fall in love, but it's just kind of going with the flow of things. And then what happens? That person's not compatible. You guys don't work out. You get a breakup, you get a divorce, whatever. So with more leads in the funnel, more exposure, you're going to have a better chance at meeting someone that's going to be better for you. And then again, related to this whole idea of ghosting, if someone ghosts, at least there's someone else that you can set up a date with. Let's go deeper into this concept of ghosting. So ghosting is not you talking to a girl on an online dating app and her not responding. I just want to be very clear so we can really understand why women are ghosting and why this is happening. So don't say, oh, I've been ghosted, or girls ghost all the time, if you've never met her to begin with. Ghosting is only when you meet a person, you guys have an interaction, usually that's a first date, and then after that, you never hear from them again after you tried. That's what ghosting is. So now that you understand that, we can go deeper into why this is happening. So two things happened, and they're both kind of similar. One, you did something so horrendous, so bad, that really turned her off. Maybe you offended her. Maybe you did something that grossed her out. I don't know. Maybe you crossed boundaries. So she doesn't feel like she even owes you a text back. Like she doesn't feel that she even needs to respond to you reaching out to her after that first interaction. And this happens. And some guys kind of get it. They realize they made a mistake and they're like, okay, no wonder that this girl isn't reaching out to me. So in those cases, I don't really blame people. Like if someone did something so bad, do you really owe them? In my opinion, no. Like this person did something so terrible to you. This is a very, by the way, very small circumstance, but it happens. And if it does, whatever. It's fine, no big deal. Like I said, you move on. But that could be one reason. Another reason is it's more of neutral. You didn't do anything wrong, and I kind of mentioned this earlier. You didn't do anything wrong, but you didn't do anything right. You didn't do anything to really say to her like, wow, I want to see this guy again. See, women already, and this is just how it's set up, they have a natural abundance mindset. Because with a woman, she goes out to a club or a bar, she's most likely going to get approached. With online dating, she can match with most guys, and it's much easier for her because in society, men are the pursuers and women are the ones who are receiving, on the receiving end of that, right? So naturally, women are in abundance in terms of being able to meet guys. Side note, a woman's problem in terms of dating, it's not so much meeting the guys. See, they're in abundance in that perspective, but their biggest problem is actually keeping the guys. So while they can meet a lot of guys, they have to filter through and see which guy is using me for sex, which guy is serious, all those kinds of things. Anyway, back to my point. My point is women are in abundance. So if she goes on a date with you and you're just kind of a neutral guy, and there's nothing much interesting about you, she knows she has the opportunity to meet another guy. It's very easy for her. Now here's the good news. It's not like women are screening that hard, right? There's only a few things you need to do to stand out because most guys are average. Sorry, I said it. Sorry to say it. Hey, I'm in that category too. I was once average. Of course, I worked on myself to be more interesting, to have more charisma, more confidence, and you can do the same, right? You can get to that point. But most guys are average, so you only need to be slightly better than that average guy. Again, I talk about how to do that in my Hooked program. I go really deep into how to upgrade your personality and be the guy that attracts women because you're going to know what you need to do and what you need to say to get her interested in you. There's a link in the description below where you can check that out. But as long as you become that guy who's more interesting than the rest of the guys, even slightly, she won't ghost you. Now, in the case that she did ghost you and you were that neutral guy, the reason why she's ghosting you is mainly because she's just too scared to reject you. Now, I'm not giving her the benefit of the doubt. I think anyone who's too scared to just send a quick text and say, hey, you know, sorry, we didn't have a connection, yada, yada, is weak in my point. Like, come on, it's not a big deal. Send a text, get on with it. But that's another reason why she's ghosting you. She doesn't have the courage to reject you because most people don't like that confrontation. So to rewind a little bit, remember, girl ghosts you. You don't hear from her. I just gave you the reasons, but now you just have to move on and you have to move on quickly. And what you need to work on are what? Remember two things. One, I said more leads in the funnel. I went deep into that. You got to be approaching more, or at least on more online dating sites, things like that, right? So you need all that, but you have to work on you being more interesting, less boring. Like I said, my program Hooked goes deep into this. So when you learn what triggers a woman to be attracted, because it's not logical, it's an emotional reaction. These emotional spikes need to happen when you're with her. That causes her to be interested. When you can create those emotional spikes, you can create that attraction. I go deep into that in my course Hooked. So if you fix that portion and then you get more leads, and I also talk about how to do that in Hooked also, meaning I teach you how to make it part of your lifestyle to go out, do more approaches. Even if you're afraid of women, we go deep into that, teaching you how to get over your approach anxiety, also teaching you how to create an online dating profile that's going to work for you. So when you're getting more of these leads, then you bring it all together and boom, successful dating life. I mean, I want to simplify this for you because it's more simple than you think. Work on those two things and your ghosting rate, if it's happening to you a lot, is going to significantly decrease. But you have to be active in those two things. It takes work, but let me tell you what's a lot harder. Waiting around, being lonely, not taking action, getting rejected only from time to time. Because here's what's painful, by the way, is like only doing a little bit of work and then you're just getting rejected a lot. So you end up, let's say, going out, doing a couple of approaches, going on a couple dates, and your whole life is rejection. And it's not because you suck. It's because your leads are so low, right? So if you're only meeting 5 women every couple of months and you're getting rejected, yeah, it's 100% rejection rate. Imagine meeting more women, understanding how to communicate with them. Where the leads go up, your rejection rate's going to go down because you have more opportunities. So the opportunities are out there. Check out my program Hooked. Again, link in the description. I'll see you on the next video. and I hope this helps.